for myself. So the healthy meal plan for most of the imbalances, what we need to remember from the food concept. So you can make some notes if needed. And basically for the breakfast, now you are a Pitta person, right? So Pitta person, if it skips the meal, you will not feel really good because you are Pitta. What is Pitta? Pitta is fire. So if you are not hungry, too hungry, then eat something very light. Okay, not like a heavy in the morning time. Okay, and in that case, some raisins, some figs, some dates, some soaked nuts, some different combinations of the seeds can be good along with the kind of crepes what we did for the cooking class today. Okay, so something like that combination is very light, it's not heavy, it's nutritious, it's digestive, so it's easy on the stomach. And it's not mucousy because morning time is a kapha time. You remember the timings of the day? So morning 6 to 10 a.m. and p.m. is a kapha time, and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is a pitta time, and 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. it's a vata time. Okay. So kapha, what is the characteristics of kapha?
Grounding,
Stable,
yeah.
earthy, sticky, stable, right? So generally in the morning time, if you do not have an early morning Brahma Muhurtam, like waking up around 4:30ish, early in the morning, and doing the morning rituals and all of that, then you are not going to be hungry in the morning time. But if you have a morning ritual really good, then you are going to have that sensations. Oh, I need a breakfast now. So make sure that you have your own routine and satisfy whatever you did with the kind of a good supply of the breakfast. Okay. So flatbread, some crepes, some chapati, breads, whatever you make with some olive oil or ghee sauteing, frying on the not deep frying, shallow frying on the ghee is with the whole grains and something like that can help you. Okay. Lunch, whatever you learned can be lunch and dinner. You see there was a semi-liquid, soup was there, chutney was there, crepes were there. So solid, semi-solid, semi-thick, liquid. So this is the way of Ayurvedic eating. That in one food you have this sorted veggies, which is a greens, what we cooked. Then we had a soup from the herby leaves with the lentils. Got it? Liquid. Right? So Ayurveda asks you to eat like this way.
Okay.
Makes sense? Not only, if I eat only sandwich, what kind of food I am eating?
Dry.
Right? Good. If I am eating porridge, what kind of food I am eating?
Liquid.
Semi-liquid.
Okay.
Liquid, soup, dals, beans, depending upon the texture, how much water you add. Right? Likewise. So that you have to remember. So one food, the biggest reason of having the constipation maybe in our culture and in our country, maybe, I really don't know, but the kind of eating in a wrong way.
Oh, absolutely.
Because sometimes we eat only salad. I have many clients, they eat salad for dinner.
Well, I have done that. So let me make sure I understand you correctly. All right. So earliest morning is kapha.
Yeah.
Midday pitta. Afternoon vata. And so kapha will take food that is.
So kapha is water and earth element. right?
Right. So you eat the thicker food, the
No.
heavier food? Or?
So it is naturally kapha time, right? So kapha is earth and water. In the nature, it's not yet strong sun. But if you eat a very heavy food, then it is going to make it more heavier to the body.
In kapha time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would want to eat lighter during kapha and heavier at vata.
Pitta. Who is a fire?
Well, pitta, but
Who
I
will
mean,
transform
but I
it?
meant moving through the day.
Yeah. So major. So eating is one thing, but who is going to have the heat in the body to burn the food or transform the food or digest the food or transition the food? Is it Pitta or Vata?
Pitta.
Yeah. Right? That's why Ayurveda says you eat like a king and you eat like a beggar. So king in the afternoon and beggar in the night time.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple language. King means lavish, good, enough. Maybe
Biggest meal in the middle of the day and
Yeah.
lightest at
Yes,
night and in
yes.
the morning. Okay.
Right? Another thing Ayurveda also says here that if needed, if you're not hungry in the kapha time, but if you're eating just because of a pleasure or just because something is available and you do not have a hungry sensation, what will you do?
Eat something light. Anyway.
Soup may be a good option, just because you want the warmth, you want, which will, kapha is water and earth, it is going to create the mucus, that's the law of the nature, law of the body. So you're giving the soup, which is warm, opposite, light, opposite, likewise. So you're thinking and living consciously. That's what the art of Ayurvedic nutrition is. That you have a consciousness there in your thinking that what you are going to offer to the body. That's it. That's where the healing is going to start. In Ayurveda explains so many diseases, specifically the typhoid disease. Okay, you remember typhoid fever? Typhoid fever, right? The simple thing in the typhoid fever, what Ayurveda suggests you, play with the mind. The fever will go away. Trick the mind. That's what they gave as an option. That means they have given importance to the mind in fever. And they guided us. Time is the healing factor here, because the time will go. So the thing is, like, the typhoid fever comes at a very specific time and calms down at a very specific time. So if you keep the patient, if you keep the client busy, patients back home in India, if you keep that patient busy in India, that's what the whole concept is. Maybe, for example, the fever increases at 3 a.m. Okay, and if the patient doesn't know it's a 3 a.m. and just bring the clock forward and make it 6 a.m. Psychologically, he will get in such a psychic healing that his fever will not increase. So that's how they say psyche plays very important role on the physical body. And they proved in the typhoid fever. So they have explained it in the sutras, in the phrases and verses, that how your psychology works on the physical body. That's why cooking is like that. How is your mood?
Right now?
In general, when you
during cooking,
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you enjoy your cooking class?
Very much so. Very much.
Yeah. 3 hours, you don't know where it is gone.
Right.
It's just like the way we bring the things together, we play with the things together.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected. And that's all is happening here. You're going under very high centers in the body. There. You're going there on the last two, You're going, and then you're nourished, and you have the thought process. You're smelling the herbs, you're looking at the herbs, you're putting it nicely, you're not letting them burn. So that whole thought process itself is a healing for the body. So if somebody else is cooking for you, they are taking all the advantage for you. You got my point?
Yes, you have to be very careful who your cooks are. You have to choose your cooks
You know
wisely.
that is why in Indian culture until now we became more commercialized with all the things, but in our culture, the lady of the house which cooks the food, they have a very specific dress, very specific attire, and they clean themselves before they cook for the family.
It's energetic as well as anything. As well, that's another sense really, and not just smell, touch, taste, and sight.
It's a very high thinking.
Yeah.
A very high thinking.
Yeah.
And we are missing that nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But our family, it's like when we have a joint families, that's what India is known to, that people lives together. So that's how the main lady of the house, somebody will take care of that concept very.
And they trust her that she's going to hold that energy while she cooks their food.
Yeah. In Indian culture, if somebody at one of the XYZ person's family member is no more, these family members, they do not cook the food for 13 days.
Interesting.
See?
Why? What are they doing? Are they choosing
it's all
the next?
About the energy.
Are they choosing the next person to take her place during those 13?
No.
It's all
They're
about
all thinking about the energy.
I see.
And the food and the effects and this and that. If this is a ex-family, the person is dead here, this person will go to their house, they will meet, greet, talk, chit-chat, do everything. But this person will not even drink a water from their family. They will not eat from their family. And these family members, they will not cook. Every person will bring a food for them. In your culture,
ladies of the house will bring them the food.
Yes.
Until they can work it out who's going to.
Not work out who is going to cook.
Okay.
It's all about energy concept, that how they are feeling. There is a whole concept of when the soul is leaving this planet.
I see.
That goes on that concept.
I see.
Yeah. There is a theory.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So because the energy of these people, they're okay. They are in their family. Nothing happened with their emotions. Nothing happened with their psychology. Nothing happened. There is no trauma in their family. And they have that affection and love for that family. So it's like a sisterhood, brotherhood kind of thing. So that's where they're coming here to meet and greet and heal them psychologically, mentally, emotionally, support them, and all of that is happening. But none of this will drink of water, because your body is a 70% of water, and that will affect on your healing.
Right.
And when this person will go home, they will remove all the clothes in the laundry room, shoes out of the house, and directly they will go to the shower first to wash out all the negativity. And then only they will drink of water or this and that, because everything in Ayurveda is going to have an effect on the body. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the Vata time, Pitta time, Kapha time. Why I'm eating it? Why I'm cooking this? Why I'm mixing this? What is the reason of doing this? That all makes a very healing. This healing is not a one-day show here. The healing is not a magic here. This healing is the art of living.
Yes.
That's why it is called it as a science of art. Ayurveda is a science where they have given you an art of living the journey, art of living the first
life.
breath to the last breath journey. Yeah. And when you say yourself, I am spiritual, that means you are way beyond the normal person's thinking. When you say I am a yogi, that it's not like I am a yoga teacher.
Yes. It's about the lifestyle.
It's about
and the energy you carry and the
yes,
thoughts you think. Yes.
it's about everything,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So the, the the food affects the quality of the mind. The food affects the emotions of the mind. The food affects the health of the person. The food affects the Vata Pitta Kapha. The food affects the 7 tissue formations. So you can change the genetic code in the 7 generations.
7 generations.
Because the body is built up with the 7 tissue formations. So likewise. So it's beautiful science, it's a beautiful medicine what we practice with a modern knowledge.
Yes.
You know. So food is very important. Okay, and then there are I have given you enough herbs in the so sattvic food. Sattva means clarity. Means the food which is going to bring the clear aspect, clear nourishing to the body is a sattvic food. Okay, the food which is going to bring a stimulant quality to the body, the food from where you are going to get the stimulations like smoking, addictions can be stimulant, right? They're stimulants,
Yes,
right?
they are.
Right? Tomato, it's a stimulant. Coffee, it's a stimulant. Teas, that's stimulants. Likewise, chips, stimulant, right? Like that. Tangerine, sour fruits, they're stimulants. Berries, they're stimulants. Likewise. Okay? So, a quality of mind which induces energy and action. This is sattva creates the creation. So, it's a creation of the body, which is going to create that quality in you and support your mind. That's a sattvic food. Okay, and you know all of this. You know a lot. The food, which is onion, garlic, pickles, yeast, sugar, fermentation. This is all canned food. This is rajasic food.
And that means
Rajas means kind of too much movement, too much stimulations to the body. So stimulations to the body is stimulation to the brain. So you cannot calm down easily.
Okay. Overstimulation.
Overstimulation. And now what is there not stimulating us? Everything is a stimulant. My phone is a stimulant. My laptop is a stimulant. It's not like this is stimulation now. No, phone is addiction. Scrolling is addiction. Just sitting here and watching 100 people what they're doing in their life is a wastage of my energy, my time, my mental fatigue, my tiredness, my fatigue, my weakness. That's what the stimulants do.
Very true.
Right? So so the food, which is kind of like this, can be a stimulant food and which will disturb the rajasic, which will bring the rajasic quality. Too much. And the food which is just bringing the food to the body but with a zero value.
And so many people now are talking about fermented food being good for your digestion.
Yeah. So that's why we talked about buttermilk. The healthier way of using the fermentation. Right? Not aeration, fermentation. So there is a difference between so fermentation, aeration and fermentation. Ayurveda doesn't prefer that. Give me an example of aeration plus fermentation.
Putting me on the spot.
No, bread, simple.
Oh, absolutely.
Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I know you know this, so I'm not.
Yeah, bread is not bread.
Yeah,
it's not bread.
Yeah.
What you made is bread. Yeah.
Think about that sometime, okay? And along with that, then we have yeast, white flour,
Yeah.
excessive salt because it has
Even
to be
bleached
preserved,
is
bleached, and that is
which is Raj.
yes, you got it.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Bleach.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you imagine bleaching the colon? How will you like?
Well, it feels like it has been bleached. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the kind of things we have to understand, and very simple. We use microwave like right and left, and then the food, canned food. This specifically, um,
Popcorn. Is
specifically the food which is sitting. So in the 24 hours, if your food is sitting, then that food is like a dead food for Ayurveda. Believe me, Karen, if I go to India and we eat the morning food, the same people will not eat the same food in the evening time. They will say, oh, we just ate it in the morning. We don't want this. I was like, really? In America, we happily eat what we cook in the morning time,
When I was a kid and lived on a farm, we didn't eat anything from the morning either. We cooked 3 times a day.
Here you go.
Yeah.
That's
We would have said, that's all, that's
same in Brazil. I felt it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my clients, they were cooking so good. If I go to there, and I have not seen the way I saw like their pantries like my pantries. Everything was there. Everything was there because they're Brazilians. If I go, I will see the different colors, vegetables and root vegetables and herbs and spices and lentils and spices and ghee. They were more Ayurvedic than me. And their nature is also very pretty, I believe. Fruits were so good. And then they have, like our farmers market, we go, we have only farmer food, right?
Yes.
But there they have huge one building with farmers in that special, like local farmers, not like a packaged food, plastic wrapped food. Everything was fresh. You can smell it. If you like it, you can taste it. They will give it to you to taste. And if you like it, then only you buy.
That's the way it is in Peru. They had huge open air, with a cover of different people who had grown these everything, and you just go around and choose what you want, and it was all fresh.
Even the nuts, you taste it.
Yeah.
If you like it, they will give it to you. And then if you like it, then you tell them, I will buy it.
Didn't do that. Yeah.
Here we just buy it because there is no testing, there is no connection. You just do the things. So I miss that kind of food aspects. That you smell the food, you get the fresh food. My mom's fridge is empty. There is only milk and the cream of the milk to make the ghee. That's it. Her whole fridge is empty. I used to when I was a kid, I used to feel bad, but now I see the beauty, the way she live it. She's the cleanest person I have ever known. And she cooks everything morning, evening. That's it. She will eat whatever she will cook.
You mean it's her refrigerator is empty because she cooks everything that's
fresh.
Yeah.
So she just buys it. She'll go out, get the veggies.
Bring it by.
Nothing goes in her pantry, in her house.
Refrigerator left over.
Yeah. Only milk. That's what morning to evening. Their milkmen come every day. And then she boils the milk and cream comes out and she serves that. That's the only freezer thing I see in her house. And buttermilk. That's it. Yogurt. She makes yogurt and that's it. Fresh. Everything fresh. So that beauty I miss. Because I go to Costco and buy the stuff. It's like this big. They stay like that for a week, 10 days, 15 days. So I miss the freshness in the food.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's
nice to have at the corner where you can just pick it up.
But that's not available for us.
No.
You walk and get your veggies. You walk and get your this. So everything is very Very. And that's where our health, I believe, the concepts of Ayurveda
I do too.
are going to be very challenged.
Yeah.
Because you need this luxury to be around you.
Yeah, you do.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Day to day. This is like a
Well,
20.
you have to make it yourself by
That's
having
what.
your own garden and
That's
doing
what
the
I
best
do.
you can.
You see the way I cooked it?
Yeah.
The 4 or 5 months I cook from my garden.
Yeah.
Everything from my garden.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I can. I have at least 4 to 6 vegetables in the garden at this moment, which will be one day every day. I will have it.
Yeah.
But another 1 month or 2 months, I will have 15 to 20 vegetables coming. So I'll be okay for 4, 5, 6 months. I enjoy that this summertime.
Yeah.
But not that's a lot of efforts.
Mm-hmm.
It's cooking is an effort. Gardening is a huge job.
It is. Yeah.
And you can do it because you have a luxury life at this moment. I am stuck with many things, so it takes a time for me. So options available in the market. That's why I go to Gmart because they have variations. Try it out that store sometime. Okay, Gmart. So this is the kind of, and anything what you eat here, weaken down your Agni concept. This is and this disturbs the metabolic process and creates the stickiness, which is the poisonous kind of spoiling kind of things to the body, and that creates the challenge to the body in the form of the disease. Okay, all right. Accumulated doshas. That's where we are talking about. Agni's normal functions has to come back. And this is what food is bringing for us. That's where it has to be balanced food. The food varies depending upon the body type, depending upon your age, depending upon what kind of physical activity you do, and what is your mood. And then food varies as per the pregnancy, as per the delivery. So food varies at every step of life. And Ayurveda says, do as per your age, do as per your mood, and that's a beautiful thing. What is recommended in Ayurveda, This is something. Make sure you have carbohydrate. That's the very Western concept. You should have this. So here we are talking about 6 taste food in Ayurveda. Okay, so there should be sweet, there should be salt, there should be sour, there should be pungent, there should be bitter, and there should be astringent. So all of these are going to support the Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. That's where to support the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, you are having some solid, some liquid, some semi-solid, and some kind of loose form. So that's the kind of nourishing factor you have to go through. All right? Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions for me? There is a lot to talk. This is like contradictory food, and this contradictory food is more about, this creates the challenge to the body. The contradictory food is like a kind of yogurt with cereals, yogurt with fruits, fish with yogurt. Combinations. That's called it as a contradictory food. Okay. Incompatible. Palatability is like which is going to enhance the health of the body. Incompatible is going to decrease the health of the body. That's and then there is a potency of the food. There are a lot. These are all the things what Ayurveda asks you to think when you are cooking the food. Is like contraindication. Cold food after the intake of the ghee. So you should not do this. Cooking properly. Combination. Mixing sour with the milk. No. So these are all the key points what Ayurveda tells you. Palatability. What is your taste? Okay. Whether it is creating you nausea, indigestion, things like that. Richness in the quality. Okay. Doshas. As per the doshas. Processing. Are you doing a proper processing? Are you? So transformations are important. Process. Are you just cooking on the high heat or low heat or medium heat? That also brings the processing differently. So likewise. So you think a lot here. Resins and dry figs and mild, the vegetables like that can be helping us for constipation. Okay, so soak them,
So
and
cool.
eat it at the bedtime,
Okay.
around after dinner, before bedtime maybe. Just eat and drink lukewarm water and sleep.
Okay.
Make sense? So that's kind of something which can help you. See, lemon is incompatible with milk, cucumber, tomatoes, and yogurt.
Yeah, I mostly use uh, lime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Now these
No,
are recipes you already have.
it takes a while, you know, to learn.
It's a lifelong journey.
It is.
There is
Yeah.
no quick and fast.
Yeah.
There is no magics in this world.
Right.
It's a transitioning, processing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we look for. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank
On
you.
the table, face up. I will now, before I come.